Give us a little sun, a little happiness, and some work. Give us a heart of comfort to those in pain. Give us the ability to be good, strong, wise, and free, so that we may be as generous with others as we are with ourselves. Finally, let us all live as your own one family. Amen. Amen. Good morning, friends, family, and fellow graduates. It has taken me so long to decide what I was going to speak about today. Fortunately, I realized no one remembers second place anyways. Sorry, Natalie, but the pressure is on you for this one. To see the plethora of people who are here today to celebrate the successes of the 26 young adults getting ready to embark on a new and exciting journey is absolutely overwhelming. However, the absence of a certain individual is a void I cannot fill. To some, he may be just a name on the wall behind me. But to the majority, Laura and Richie have left a mark on their hearts and lives that will never be tarnished. Although this marks exactly 30 years since his retirement, my grandfather has held to the highest respect the value of being a true leader. I share this with you today, for it is this ability to lead that the world so desperately seeks. As a principal for 18 years at Katahdin High School, it was my grandfather's hope and desire that each person to walk across the stage before us was prepared and determined to make an impact on the world. Although times have changed and things are certainly not the way they were in 1988, it is still our responsibility as the newest generation of young adults to sculpt the world into what we want it to be. As you enter the workforce or go to college to pursue your career goals, I hope you understand the importance of being able to stick to your guns and do the right thing rather than the easy thing. What defines a leader? Is it the amount of people you can persuade to do something, or is it the ability to accomplish tasks without conflict and disagreement? I say it is neither of these things. Being a true leader requires the skill of connecting people and forming relationships with those around you. The capability of appreciating and encouraging people, even when they may seem completely unlike you. Because those of you who know and value the power of human connection will be the ones worth following. You will be the ones to truly influence society. Within the last week, I have had the pleasure of spending time with people that I've barely spoken to throughout high school. This only strengthens my belief that people do not need to have a lot in common, but rather see a common goal in order to benefit from one another's company. Despite the differences between the people in this graduating class, I know we have, in one way or another, influenced each other. And it is my desire that we can utilize everything we have learned to also influence the people we meet as we begin our lives outside of Katahdin High School. Class of 2018, here's to no longer being that class. We made it.
When I was in elementary school, gym class was something that I looked forward to. It was an outlet from sitting quietly and paying attention. It was where I could play the sports and games that caused so much excitement in my 10-year-old mind. I had a love for all these activities except for one, softball. Now, softball wasn't just a general disliking, but it was a hatred. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't make any contact between the ball and the bat. It was guaranteed that I would strike out unless the gym teacher pulled out a tee for me to hit off of, and even that wasn't pretty. Even to this day, I still fail to make the contact that has eluded me for so long. I shared this sentiment with you because it reflects the theme of this speech, failure. I presume you are all expecting a speech filled with happy and successful cliche remarks about high school and life after, but that will not be the case. Just because I am the valedictorian does not make me a picture-perfect high school student. I failed my license test, backed into my friend's car, and lost multiple sporting events. These past 4 years at Katahdin High School have had their fair share of failures as well. We never brought home a gold ball. We have fought with each other, we have been divided, but that's all okay. In life, the sun fades and the rain falls. Failure is inevitable, but we have learned the skills here to be able to pick ourselves up when the sun comes out again. We have all experienced failures, but have also experienced personal victories that I believe are our greatest successes. Kate Anderson made the entire yearbook herself and is one of the best ones I have ever seen. Shaylee Anderson has shown caring and compassion while working as a CNA, a job I could never do. Austin Borelski could always be seen with a smile on his face, even when he walked on crutches for months. Hunter Craig worked hard to pay for his Chevy Cruze, which has become the most infamous car in our class and even throughout town. Jasmine Collins is the most colorful and vibrant person I know. Andrew Cummings holds the true value of being a team member and is filled with the highest level of compassion. Cooper Drew came out and played basketball for the first time his senior year, and he did a phenomenal job. Hannah Drew has managed 2 jobs and has gained an exceptional work ethic. Nicholas Drew has mastered welding skills, which even earned him a scholarship from Gilman Electric. Ashley Palenka inspires and writes alluring poems for the Cougar News each month. Leanne Fitzpatrick has become an EMT, which is a strenuous task, and will pursue the advanced sports this summer. Cheyenne Foss's positive attitude should be a model for others to follow. Austin Grant painted superior murals in the cafeteria and is the first in 3 generations to graduate high school. Even though Brody Giggy has 7 siblings, he will be the most memorable graduate to come from the class of 2018. Orion Kimball was the jazziest person to ever enter Katahdin. Kendall Lane became an entrepreneur before he even graduated high school. Tanner Lane put forth a significant amount of effort in the goal on the soccer field and while working on his tractor trailer trucks. Dakota McNally has gained independence by buying his own home. Brian Nason's confidence has grown, along with his outgoing personality and tenacity. Greg Otero has chosen the daunting task of joining the Marines, which is an incredible feat and honor. Jordan Ritchie has experienced the most personal growth, and I'm so proud of the person she has become. William Shulkowski's presence on the soccer field gave him a role of leadership, and he also makes extraordinary woodworking products. Nate Shimkaitis has proven to be more than just the principal's son. Jay Stapley has overcome personal tragedy and grown into a mature adult.
Yeah.
Cheyenne Untriner conquered multiple injuries to fulfill the basketball season. Although some of these triumphs may not seem like much, they have left their imprint on my heart and the heart of this school. These perfect little prosperities are what have led us here today. Don't look at a failure as something that defines you, but as something that can shape you for the future. I say, let's celebrate the disappointments, for they strengthen our resolve. Maybe one day I will pick up a bat and finally not strike out, but until then, I'm happy with this non-fulfillment. Because of that, I became a reinforced competitor with a heightened understanding of maturity. Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." These personal triumphs have contained some form of courage in all of us sitting in front of you here today. It is my hope and desire that this bravery will remain inside us. Graduating class of 2018, we have burned bright and we have fallen. But the crazy thing is that we didn't even know that in these fleeting moments, we are sculpting our souls to become the most unwavering versions of ourselves. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to see so many family members and community members here for this wonderful, wonderful event. I'd like to begin by saying congratulations to the students and families here today. You have traveled the road from elementary to middle to high school and now graduation. Some may see graduation as an ending, but we can also look at it as a beginning. A beginning of following your dreams and making the world a better place. It is a proud moment for all. I stand before this group of young adults with great pleasure and admiration. I have enjoyed getting to know all of them this year. They are caring, hardworking, self-advocates who are ready for the next steps. Whether those next steps are to college, the military, or the workforce, the student sitting before you will have a positive impact on the world. Looks like part of my speech is missing, so I'm just going to go with what I remember. I do have a few reminders, and the main thing is that I want all of you graduates to know that you all determine the outcome of your life. It is your choices and your responses to what happens that's out of your control that puts you in charge of your own life. So remember that, and keep in mind that the impact you have on others may be small. You may not even realize a kind gesture, a warm smile, or an encouraging word can make all the difference in someone's life. There was more, but I really don't remember it right now. So we're just going to move forward. And in closing, I know I speak for the entire staff and community when I say that I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker. Kirsten grew up in Patton and is a 1992 graduate of KHS. She went on to study communications and marketing at Boston College, where she earned her BA in 1996. Her first job out of school was at the corporate offices of Staples Incorporated, where she worked in the product development department. After 3 years, she moved into the food space, where she found her passion and committed her career path to that industry. She started as a buyer and has worked her way up the ladder to her most recent role. Today, Kirsten serves as the President of Wellness and E-Commerce for UNFI, the leading natural, organic, and specialty food distributor in the U.S. She has been with the company for over 17 years and has served on the board of directors for the Specialty Food Association. Kirsten is married to her husband of 15 years. Ryan, and has 3 busy children, Andrew, William, and Madeline. Let's welcome Kirsten to the stage.